All right, I'm gonna tell you guys about the first time I went to Japan while I was stationed in Jacksonville, Florida. Duval. And if you guys are wondering if people walk around doing that all day in Jacksonville, they do. They do, especially when they had a Super Bowl. But so when we was in Jacksonville, I got a chance to go to Japan twice. So the way it works is we did 2 legs, if I'm not mistaken. We flew to Alaska from Florida, and then from Alaska, we flew to Japan. We ended up. So every time, like, anytime I've been in the Navy and had to go someplace, I would just stay up all night the day before. So I would just pretty much sleep on the flight, right? So, like I said in the previous story, like I went to Puerto Rico when I was stationed in California, and we had some old prop planes. So it took us about, that was like a 12-hour flight. I slept to like 45 minutes out. Like I said, I went to the club the night before and stayed out. And when we went to Japan the first time, I went to the club. And then even after the club, I went to the laundromat, was washing clothes. I was tired, so I was just doing anything I can to stay up. So I would sleep pretty much the whole flight. So on the flight over, there was a reservist, this female. Man, was speaking the whole time, man. Every time it was like she woke me up, man. She was talking so much, man. It was pissing me off. It was really getting on my nerves. So and then we had this officer. He was going around telling everybody on the plane, like he wasn't stationed with us. He worked out where he could like fly with us to over to Japan. He was telling everybody how he had a second family there, and that his family in the States didn't know about this second family. And he was, happy to go see his second family, you know. So, and he was living it up, going to see his second family. So we stayed in Alaska. We stayed there for a night, like or like 24 hours. So that time when we went, it got dark for maybe 30 minutes, then the sun came back out. Never seen nothing like that. So while we were there, um, me and my boy, we met this girl who was from North Dakota. She was from like North Dakota. And she said she was there because her father, he owns some type of eBay. I think it was he has an eBay company, and she was delivering the package, whatever it was, for her father. And for some reason, I can't tell you why, she wanted to hang out with us. This, this little white girl wanted to hang out with us, with me and my boy while we in Alaska. So we hung out at the mall and eating and everything. So nothing crazy happened, with that. So after we stayed our night in Alaska, I think no, it was cold that time. One of the times we went through in Alaska, it was like 60 degrees, and to them that's like warm. But we had to. Oh, we went to Guam this time. Before we went to Guam, we Alaska, Guam, then Guam, Hawaii. So we went to Guam. I wanted to run into somebody I knew from playing basketball years prior. But Guam was cool, nice weather. We went to the club there. That's where I ran into this dude I know. That movie SWAT, that was out because we went to watch that. That's like the first thing we did, besides out, out walking. Guam was nice weather and everything. I like Guam. But, in those places like Puerto Rico, Guam, Hawaii, you get island fever because, you'll be around the island pretty much in one day. So we, on the flight going to Japan, we get there, right? So it's three of us, the three brothers, three black guys. We at the back stairs. So and it's pouring down rain. Like I've seen rain before, man, not like this, especially when you got to go down some steep stairs. So, like I said, the lady, who was getting on my nerves, talking all the doggone time, basically like pushes out the way and had her suitcase with her. Oh, y'all acting like a bunch of, vages with the P, pushed us out the way, basically. Y'all acting like a bunch of vages with just water. I'm like, you can go out there, all right. She's like, I am. Like basically pushed us out the way. She hit that first step. Oh my God. She rolled, I would say maybe it's like 15 feet that high, fell down the whole stairs. And then like her suitcase, like once she hit the bottom, her suitcase eventually caught up, like landed on top of her. So that was that's what you get. But so while we in Japan, right? My one boy, he was younger. So if you were a certain rank, you had to be back onto base by a certain time. So the one homie, I must call him MC New York. Also, MC New York was very he knew how to catch the trains and subways, they have over there because he was from New York. Somehow he knew he had been over there before, but he knew how to, catch this train. One night we were at least 2 hours out from where we were stationed at, just catching the train. Basically, like I don't know, he hooked it up, like had some like double date, for us, these two Japanese girls. I had a good time. We Craziest part, they had a TGI Fridays. That's where we met at. So they teaching me how to use the chopsticks and everything. So we had a good time. It was a good vibe. I can't remember. They didn't come back with us that night, but they wound up coming to the base a little later. But one thing I want to say is, there's the old saying, "As when in Rome, you do as the Romans." So you say. So me and Mr. New York, hey, we in Japan, man. Dating Japanese, why not try, dating Japanese girl, Only thing I would say, the young lady that I met, English wasn't that great, so it was like talking to like a little kid. So the younger homie, my man, we get over there. Like I said, we in Japan. This man goes all the way to Japan and dates a sister. Nothing wrong with that. I'm saying, man, you in Japan, man. Like, why not? Why not try to date a Japanese girl? Try something new, something exotic. He was like, hey, she, stepped up, started talking to him. Like I said, when in Rome. But the craziest part is me and the younger homie, when we got back to Jacksonville, I can't remember the name of the club, but there was this reggae club. And one night we were there and two Japanese girls, some reason like approached us. Um, so we started so he eventually got his chance, to talk to a Japanese girl.